Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Manmanabhava Madbhakto Madhyajimam Namaskuru Mamme Vaishyasi Yuktvaivam Atmanam Matparayanaha. Translation. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee. Offer obeisances to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. In this verse, the word me appears 5 times. Who is this me? Me indicates a person, not an ordinary person, but the Supreme Person. Krishna is not an ordinary living entity with a material body and material qualities. Krishna is transcendental. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchit Ananda Vigraha. His body is made of eternity, knowledge, and bliss, not material molecules and atoms. Krishna's form is not the result of some karmic reaction, as our forms are. We take our birth in this world due to our past lives sinful or pious actions. But Krishna is descending from the kingdom of God directly. Avatar. He descends. In fact, he is avatari. He is the source of all other avatars. Ramadi Murteshu Kalanyamena Tishtam Namavataram Akarod Bhuvaneshu Kinto Krishna Sayam Samabhavat Panama Pumanyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Rama, Nrsimhadev, and all of the other avatars are present within the body of Krishna. And yet, he maintains his medium size according to Brahma Samhita. Medium size means almost like that of a human. Avajananti manmudha manushintanamashritam padam bhavamajananto mama bhuta maheswaram. And because he looks almost like a human, foolish persons deride or criticize him. They cannot understand his transcendental nature and his supreme dominion over all that be. Ishavasya idam sarvam jat kincha jagat jam jagat. Everything is owned and controlled by the Supreme Lord. Everything. Nothing exists that is not his. So when we say to the word Krishna, and when here in this verse, Man manabhava mad bhakto madhyajimam namashkuru mam evaishyasi yuktvaivam mat parayanaha. All of these words, me, Krishna has a right to say so. He has a right to say, always think of me. He has a right to say, offer your obeisances unto me. He has a right to demand, become my devotee. We have no such right, because we are only servants of Krishna. Anyone who declares that they are God, Prabhupada said, is not God, but God spelled backwards. Not G-O-D, D-O-G is a dog. To try to take the position of God, is the greatest offense. Of all the qualities which a devotee must possess, humility is most important. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has declared, Trinadapi sinichena, tarodapi sahishnena, amanena manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought with him the kirtan, Sankirtan movement. And he has given a practical advice to all of us, how we can engage in Sankirtan in a humble state of mind. When we worship the form of Krishna, we have to be humble. We have to bow our head before that form. The Srimad Bhagavatam says that head which does not bow down before the Lord is simply a heavy burden on the shoulders. So when we bow our head and touch the ground before Krishna, this is the proper use of our head. The foolish materialists hold their head up very proud. And what do they have to be proud of? This head, which we are so proud of, will one day have to slump down at the time of death. This body, after all, is temporary. So long we have this body, Krishna says, think of me. Use your mind to think of me. What is this mind? The mind is such a flickering tool. Arjuna says the mind is more difficult to control than the raging wind. And yet Krishna advises you must do yoga. And what does yoga mean? To fix the mind always on the Supreme, undeviating. Now we have a way to do it. The beautiful form of Krishna. He captivates our mind. He's known as Kamadeva, the supreme Cupid, transcendental Cupid. Madana Mohan. Madan means Cupid, and Mohana means illusion or bewilderment. Madan Mohana means he who bewilders Cupid. This is Krishna. He is so beautiful that Cupid cannot stand before the beauty of Krishna and swoons in ecstasy. Srila Rupa Goswami has given a nice prayer that if you are attached to family, friendship, or society, please do not go down to the Jamuna River, because you may happen to see the beautiful form of Shyamasundar, Tribhanga Lalita, threefold bending form. Beautiful form. Venam Kanvantam Aravinda Dalaya Taksham. This is the form. Venam, holding a flute with lotus eyes. Bardharpitam, wearing a beautiful peacock feather upon his head. And his whole body anointed with chandan and fragrant oils. Don't go to the Jamuna River. Why? Because if you go to the Jamuna River, you may see this boy. And if you see this boy, what will happen to your attraction for family, friendship, and society? It will dry up. So if you are attached and want to remain attached to family, friendship, and society, we should close this curtain. So, should I close the curtain? Do you really know what you are saying? You see, it is a very risky thing to come to this temple because of this boy, Krishna. Because he will steal your heart. And he has been doing this business of thievery for so long. In fact, normally it is considered a bad thing to be a thief. But this particular boy has become famous as Makanchor. He is famous as a thief. He's become famous as a thief. Why? Because in every way, whatever Krishna does, he gives pleasure to the devotees. How did Krishna get the name Makanchor? He took the gopis and gopas' butter and stole it. He went house to house. You know the story. The gopis hang butter from the ceiling because that way it is protected from monkeys and other animals. But this boy, Krishna, is so naughty that he climbs up on a chair, gets in, and somehow gets the butter and starts feeding it to the monkeys. And when there's no more butter in his house, what does he do? He either breaks the pots or he goes into the neighbor's house. And he steals their butter. So the neighbors don't know what to do, so they put the butter in a dark room. But then there's another problem, that there's some kind of light coming from Krishna's body. No need of electricity, no need of candlelight, because his own body is the source of all light. Brahmano hi pratishtaham. Krishna says the Brahman, the Brahma Jyoti, is coming on from me, resting on me. So as soon as Krishna would come in a dark room, the room would become lit up and he could see, there's the butter pot. And he would steal. But butter is not very valuable. Butter you can buy in a market. Right? A supermarket, you can buy butter with salt, without salt. They do so many varieties of butter. If he was only a butter thief, it wouldn't be so bad. But there's something else that's even more valuable that he steals. You know what that is? Yes. He has stolen the hearts of all his devotees. So this is a very big problem, because without having your heart, how can you live? So now all the devotees, they're in this situation. Krishna has stolen away their heart. They're without hearts, and they're trying to get back their heart from him. So actually, the Vrajvasis, the gopis, they all blame Krishna that you're a very cruel person. You steal people's hearts like this. And Krishna said, but I didn't ask you to come here. Just like Krishna is saying, he didn't ask you to come, you're coming on your own. It's not his fault, he's just playing his flute. The gopis said, no, you're not just playing a flute, you're calling us through the flute. He said, no, I was calling my cows. He said, no, you're calling us. We heard our name. And actually they all heard their names. Because Krishna is such a clever flute player that when he plays on his flute, the name of every single gopi and cow comes out through the sound of the holes of the flute. Yeah. They all go immediately. And they dropped everything. Just like so many people came today. There was thunder, lightning, rain, and still you have come. So it appears that you are all losing your intelligence. There was a great devotee. Perhaps you have heard Bhakta Surdas. I think you may have heard the name of Bhakta Surdas. Eventually he became blind. He was a Brahmin, and somehow or other he became attached to a woman of ill repute, a prostitute. And it was storming like this. But still this Bhakta Surdas was so much attached to this prostitute, he went across a river with high waves, through this storm, to where she was staying, crossed a high wall, and somehow came in. She was very surprised. She said, I never thought that you would come in the midst of this terrible storm. How have you managed to come? He said, how could I not come? She said, you know, if you had this type of devotion instead of for me, if you had this type of devotion for Lord Krishna, you would become the most famous and best devotee. And actually, when he heard these words, he thought, this is true. This is what my guru has told me. So he took her words to heart and he set off for Vrindavan. He went to Vrindavan. And on the way, again, calm, lust, attacked his heart. He looked with lust at another woman. And again he thought, what is happening to me? Then he requested the woman's husband, can you please ask for the pins that were keeping her hair? So, didn't know why, but he asked his wife to give these pins. She took out the pins, gave it to her husband, and gave it to this Vilvamangal. His name was Vilvamangal. And what did he do? He plucked out his eyes. He said, these eyes have caused me so much trouble. Because in Bhagavad Gita it says, Kama Esha Krodha Esha Rajaguna Samudbhavaha Mahashano Mahapapma. This is the greatest sinful enemy of the world. Kam. Lust. And where is it sitting? In the senses. All in the senses. In the mind. In the intelligence. In the heart. So at least, you cannot pluck your mind, you cannot pluck your intelligence, and if you pluck your heart, you'll die. He plucked out his eyes. And then he did bhajan. Chanted, 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 chanted. He chanted so much that Krishna himself used to come and hear his chanting. And Krishna used to supply him his food. So, I think that you have done very nicely today. There was thunder, lightning, and rain. You crossed the ocean, the water of the highways, and came in through the door, you see. So, the same thing may be there now. We should become attached and attracted to Krishna. This is the real purpose of our life. Man manabhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namashkuru mam evaisyashi satyam te atmanam matparayanaha. Mamivaishashi yuktvaivam atmanam matparayanaha. Matparayanaham. Become devoted to me. Krishna wants our exclusive love. So, we have to learn this simple secret, this wonderful secret, how to let Krishna steal our heart. We'll be very fortunate if he does this. But what happens when Krishna steals his heart? Krishna says that the devotee steals his heart. It is not a one-way thing, because Krishna is a person. Therefore, you go to one temple in Vrindavan named Banka Bihari. In this Banka Bihari temple, they're always opening and closing the curtain. Do you know why? Because the pujaris are afraid that the deity will become so much attracted to his bhakt, his devotee, that the deity will come off the altar and run away. That's why we have this gate here. Because we know how nice devotees all of you are, and we're afraid. Because now Krishna has stolen our heart. He has all our hearts. He kept them somewhere. We don't know where they are. And we can't let them get away because we're trying to get our hearts back. Then all of you come on Sunday, and Krishna is thinking, so many more hearts. So he's trying to get out. So that's why for 1 hour we may open the gate. But be careful now. You should hold on to your heart. Because he may try to steal it, and then the gate will close, and you'll be in the same position that we're in. Sometimes people are called heartless. This is a different meaning of heartless. So you can see he's getting ready now to steal. You should understand what his real intention is. There are so many dangerous persons lurking around the world, but there's no more dangerous person than this. You should realize that. And yet he has so much nerve that he's still smiling. So I'm not dangerous. I'm just stealing some butter. Quite innocent young boy. But actually we know that he can take away all attachments. He will steal away all our attachments. And therefore he's called Hari. One who takes away everything. So, I warned you. I asked you if you wanted the curtain closed. You all said no. You got a warning. Still you have a chance, because once the Arati begins, he is going to do everything. So if you are too much attached to your family, friendship, and society, don't stay for the Arati. Because if the kirtan begins and you're chanting Hare Krishna and you see Krishna smile like this, it's all over. Finished. It is only a question of time. So, we are ready to begin the Arati. I shall request Vakashar Pandit Prabhu and Urjaswat Prabhu to pick up their mridanga drums. Prabhupada said Vakashar Pandit was like, because the original Vakreshwar was one of the wings of Lord Chaitanya. So we have two wings. Have come here, so Kalachandji's wings are here. Let us have kirtan. Sri Radha Kalachandji ki, Sri Radha Govinda ki, Go Premanandi.